Sorry about that, having some technical issues with my camera and my phone's going off and that just tripped my camera out. Okay, so that's 10 of those. The next one will be the leaning against the wall, so it's 45 degrees please. Leaning against the wall, and we're just going to do the ankle flexors. So we're just pushing up on our toes, flexing the ankles. So you feel this in your calf muscle, you'll also feel it obviously in your ankles. So we just do 10 on each side. If you don't have a wall, obviously you can just get down into a bridge position or reverse bridge and just run through the ankle warm-ups that way. I think it's a down dog actually, not a bridge, but anyway. So we just do 10 on either side, 20 altogether. When we've done those, we're on to our hamstring sweeps. So again, nice, as low as you can go, keeping your back straight as you can, keeping your head up. We're just going to sweep down, alternating legs, and it's 5 on each side. Again, just as low as you can go, keeping your back as straight as possible, keeping your head up, and just feel that little bit of work through your hamstring on that lead leg. When we've done those, we're onto the deck. We'll be doing knee drops. So we're hands behind your torso, just keeping you supported, feet further apart than shoulders. We just bring our knee down towards our heel, so both knees go to the floor, and then rotate round to the other side. And we just do 5 on each side, please. So just rotate through. Some of you will be able to get down to the floor with your knees, some of you may not be able to do that. But again, as with all these exercises, it's about what you can do just to get yourselves through the exercises okay. So we're not looking to overstretch anything, overstrain anything. Then the final couple of warm-ups. So we're going to get into our lunge position. So in this case, I've got my right knee forward. My left leg is behind me, knee isn't touching the ground, my left arm is supporting. I'm just going to come down my shin with my elbow, and then up and slowly rotate all the way around, and back down, and rotate all the way back round. So we do 5 on one side, and then we'll swap over and do 5 on the other. Again, try and make sure you get that full range of movement as you go through. And you don't have to do them quickly. Nice and slow. It's more important to get the whole range of movement than fast movement, which stands the same for pretty much all exercises. I'm not sure if you can still hear me, Russell, but your camera's gone off, so that may be intentional, which is fine, but just to let you know. Oh, I've got you on twice actually, that's why. And now I can see you. Thank you. Okay, so that's 5 on each side. And when you've done those, the final warm-up exercise will be, we'll get into a sumo squat position. So legs further apart than shoulders. Feet can come out slightly, don't have to be pointed forward in this case. I'm going to lock my fingers together, elbows between the knees, and I'm just going to gently rock side to side, keeping that nice low squat position. And I'm going to do 10 all together, just rocking 5 on each side, just opening up those hips, working those hip flexors a bit. So if you can get your elbows between your knees, just to sort of give yourself a bit of a guidance. So you're really adopting a really good squat position, and it's just 5 on each side. Okay, once we've worked through those, you're going to need your chair or bench or whatever it is that you've got. And we have done these in the last 2, and I'm purposely sticking with these because they're quite a tough one. But I think they're a really good one for helping with strength and stability. So again, we're sat down on the edge of the chair. I'm going to have one leg off the ground. Arms are going to be out in front of me a little bit, not too far, don't have to stretch, just using them as balance. And I'm just going to push up through that heel and lift up and gradually lower down. And I'm going to do 5 of those. Again, try and keep your balance as best you can. The whole point of this is not only just coming up and down using the muscles to control the ascent and descent, it's also about trying to avoid this wobbling. So again, a lot, you can see I'm doing it as well. Really control as much as you can. Try not to plonk down. So it's 5 on one leg and then 5 on the other. So again, driving up through your heel and lowering down, and we do 5. Again, you will probably wobble a little bit, but again, the stronger you get with these through practice, the less you will then wobble, which is giving you that stability we're looking for, particularly when we're doing running and on uneven ground and what have you. We're able to stabilise and strengthen that muscle group. Okay, so that's 5 on each leg. I think that's pretty much everybody. Cool. Okay, we still need our chair. We're going to go for a single leg bridge. So I'll just demonstrate for you, just to remind you. So I've got one heel on the chair. I'm reasonably close to the chair, so I've got a sort of 90-degree angle here. Then my other leg is straight up in the air, or as straight as you can get it. Hands across your chest is a slightly harder version, or down by the side is a little bit easier. And we're just driving up, hold for a second, and lowering down, controlled. So it's 5 on one leg, 5 on the other, in your own time, away you go. Again, remember, I keep saying, keep that core muscle tucked in. So you want to be using your glutes and your hamstrings to lift you up. Your core muscle engagement will help you keep that stability and help keep the pressure away from your back a little bit. So again, we're driving up with the heel, keeping that leg nice and upright, and that upright leg is acting as a bit of resistance for you, a bit of weight. So it's your own body weight that you're pushing up and down, and you're working through that hamstring. So we do 5 on one leg, swap over, and do 5 on the other. Just make sure everybody's finished. Again, there's no rush. Do these. Again, with all these exercises, control, slow up, slow down is much better than bang, 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 up and down. Okay, it's not a hit session, I keep saying to you. Right, we're back on the ground. This time I'm going to be timing you, so just watch what the exercise is. So it's flat on the ground, hands down the side, and it's just simple leg raises, up, control down, up. Try not to let your feet crash to the ground. In fact, ideally leave them off the ground by a couple of inches. Coming up and down. Again, head nice and relaxed on the floor. Engage that core muscle. And you're going to go for 30 seconds. So get yourselves ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Feet should be together. Nice and slow again. We don't have to be doing these quickly. What we do want to do is lift our legs using our glutes to bring them up and our core muscles to control it, and try and keep your back on the floor. That's better. Yeah, we don't need to be lifting our back up off the ground. It's a leg raise. A few more seconds. And well done, rest there guys, please. Okay, we're up on our feet, if you would. And we're going to do a nice, tall, standing straight on one leg. And we're just going to do 10 calf raises on one side, straight off, 10 off on one side, and then straight over onto the other leg, and we'll do 10 on the other side. Straight forward, straight legged calf raises. So in your own time, 10 on each side, please. Again, remember to keep your body nice and tall. Try not to collapse over, forwards or backwards. We're using our own body weight. You can lean against a wall for stability, but don't lean on something to push up. You're driving up onto your toes, driving up through that calf muscle. So it's 10 on one side, and swap over, and we do 10 on the other. Keeping those legs straight. So it's up and down, 10 on each side. Okay, keep going, that's fine. If you haven't finished, that's absolutely fine. Probably feel these bite a bit when you get towards 8 and 9. Okay, cool. Right, the next set will be again timed. So this is going to be a straightforward squat. So feet will be about shoulder width apart, and we're going to go down in the ski squat. So that's arms out in front, heads are going to be up, back straight as possible. We'll get as low as we can. So from the front. Okay, so we'll be doing that for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, nice and slow though, guys, it's not a race. Again, keep the control. I'd rather this, I don't want to see this, we don't want that, we want nice and controlled. Full squat, hold slightly up. Full squat. Again, keep that back straight if you can. With your helps by keeping your head up, looking towards the top of a door frame or where the ceiling meets the wall. Hold it there, guys, 30 seconds up. Okay, next one, another straightforward one. It's a plank. So we're on our elbows, elbows are under shoulders, straight as we possibly can. And we just go one leg outstretched, alternating between the legs. And we're going to go for 30 seconds. Again, keep that body straight, keep your legs straight as you can. So you don't need to see your leg coming up here. It wants to be nice and straight. We'll go for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Nice and slow again though. Keep it slow and methodical. Keep the quality of the lift. Keep that core muscle engaged. So you should feel your glutes working. So it's your glutes that should be picking up your legs, which is why it's important to keep the legs stretched out as far as straight as you possibly can, almost as if you're reaching out behind you with your heel. Okay, hold it there. Great. Okie dokie. We are on to my favourite exercise, so we need the band now, please. I forgot to tell you, we are just doing one set tonight. It's a set which we repeat twice. So we are just cracking straight on. So we're going to be down on the floor doing clams, please. Important thing to remember here is heels, hips, shoulders all in a nice straight line. I like to put my hand on my hip to stop my hip rolling backwards or forwards so you can feel. So as you bring your clam up and control it down, keep that hip nice and straight. And we're going for 30 seconds on one leg, 30 seconds on the other, away you go. Again, keep it nice and controlled. Try not to rock backwards and forwards. So use your hip to sort of act as your hand on your hip to act as a guide to see whether you're dropping or rolling forward. Again, it should all be in the glutes. So you may have guessed we're doing a bit of glute work tonight. What's not to love about a nice strong glute? Okay, 30 seconds up. Change over onto the other side, please. Very gracefully done. Well done, chaps and chapesses. Okay, 30 seconds on that leg. 3, 2, 1, go. Again, nice and controlled, up and down. Don't let the band pull your leg down, you control it down. Okay, so that's the whole point of the resistance band, is to create resistance. So if you just let your leg collapse back down, you won't gain as much, obviously. Again, try not to let your hips roll backwards. I can see 1 or 2 hips just rolling backwards. So try and concentrate on. So you may not be able to get your knee very far up. Okay, hold it there. If you can't get your knee all the way up, don't worry, that's as far as you can go at that moment in time. Then we can progress that on further. Okay, we will be keeping our bands around. This time we're going to drop them down to our ankles and we're going to do our crab walks. So again, we keep the tension in the band, we're just taking little steps, but I really want to see a nice low squat, body's straight, torso straight, looking upwards, and we're just going to take little tiny steps, keeping that tension in the band, but keeping that squat position as well. We're going for 30 seconds, so just as much room as you've got, side to side, away you go. Again, get into that good squats, guys, yes. Good squat. Keep going, well done, little steps. Again, make sure you keep the resistance in the band, don't let the band snap your legs back together. Okay, brilliant, okay, hold it there please. Again, next exercise will be some forward lunges. I would do walking lunges, but I don't have the room and I'm guessing you're similar. So it's just going to be a nice lunge forward. The important thing is to make sure the knee does not pass over the front of the toes. So all that happens is your hip, torso drops down rather than leaning forward. We don't want this, we want that. We're going to come up and then we alternate to the other one, keeping body straight, heads up, lunges for 30 seconds, alternate legs. Away you go. See, 1 or 2 are doing backward lunges, which is fine. It gives the same. Some people like to do backward lunges because that's actually slightly less tension on your knees. Last few seconds and rest there, please. Okie dokie. Ooh. Some more calf stretches. We did these last week. So this time, rather than a straight leg, we're going to have a bent leg. So my leg is bent here. I'm just moving this leg out of the way to show you. And we're just going to lift up from our toes, up and down. So it's 10 soleus calf muscle stretches with a bent leg. Again, don't come up and straighten your leg. Keep the leg bent all the way through the lift. So it's 10 on one side, please, 10 on the other. In your own time, away you go. So again, use the wall by all means to act as stability, but we're just giving that soleus muscle a workout. 10 on one side, and then we swap over and go, and we're 10 on the opposite side. Again, keep that leg bent, and we're just lifting up through the toes, nice and controlled. That's it. Okay, when you've done those, keep going. If you haven't quite finished, that's absolutely fine. I'm just going to get myself into position for the final exercise. So in this case, we're on our mats or carpet, we're on the flat on the floor, and we're just going to do Superman. So arms to one side of your head, We're just going to lift up and down, just nice and gently. Again, we haven't done any lower back exercises. So again, in this case, if you haven't done much of this, just come up a little bit. Don't try and overdo it. Don't want any twinges of the back. It's a really great exercise for working on. So it's head comes up, arms come up, feet come up at the same time. Okay, so we go for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see how we get on with these. Again, just nice and gently. Good. Well, you're all better at that than I am. Okay, nice and slow. Don't worry too much if you don't get a lot of movement, particularly if you're not used to doing these sort of exercises. That will come and progress the more you practice these. Okay, that's 30 seconds up. Hold it there, guys. Well done. We've now completed the set, so we'll go through that one more time. We'll just have a quick 30 seconds break while we get ourselves ready again for the next repeat of those. So we're back to having the chair. Okay, so grab your chair. We're onto there. We're onto the single leg sit to stand. So sitting on weight on one leg. We drive through that leg. We come up and we come down. As controlled as you can do it. And we go 5 on one leg, please. 5 on the other. Where you go in your own time. When you're doing it on one side, swap over. Again, as controlled as you can. I've probably found that the most difficult exercise of them all, particularly trying to keep the stability. Again, if you're on something really low, like a soft bed or a low settee, then you might find a cushion that's going to help you, because you're probably going to lose a lot of control if you're trying to go too low. So it's 5 on one leg, 5 on the other. Okay, whilst you're just finishing those off, I'll remind you of the next exercise. So again, we need the chair. We've got heel on the chair, one leg up in the air, hands across chest or down by your side. And we're just going to drive through the heel, up, hold for a second, and come down, keeping that core muscle engaged, tummy button pulled in. 5 on one leg, 5 on the other. In your own time, away you go. Really drive that heel into the chair or box or whatever it is that you're using as a leverage. And then once you've done 5 on one, again try and keep it nice and controlled. Again, try and nice steady lift up, nice controlled descent. Try not to collapse back down. Again, keep that core muscle engaged, and this, you'll be driving this up through your hamstrings and your glutes. So I'm sure you'll feel that the second time around. And just whilst you're finishing those off, to remind you of the next exercise, down on the ground, nice and flat, and we're bringing just leg raises, straight legs, as straight as you can get them, up to 90 degrees, keep it controlled, and we go for 30 seconds. So 3, 2, 1, go. Nice and controlled, good. Keep your legs as straight as you can. And again, try not to, when you're coming up, try and keep the lower part of your back engaged with the floor. Okay, hold it there. Where were we next? Yes, calf raises. So up on your feet, straight leg calf raise this time please. Nice tall bodies. Keeping our body nice and aligned so we're not collapsing to the sides while we're pushing ourselves up or forwards and backwards. So it's 10 on each leg please. In your own time, away you go. So it's 10 leg raises, calf raises. Pushing up on the toe, under control. Again, like with all exercises, we control the descent as much as we do the ascent. So 10 on each side please. Again, yeah, that's it. Lean against the door or a chair or whatever, but don't use that chair to leverage yourself up. You're just using that drive through the calf. It's 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Okay, just whilst a couple finish those off, the next one will be the ski squats. So we're nice and low, keeping our head up, keeping our back straight. We get down as low as we can and we're pushing that bottom out behind us. We're making sure our knees are not going over our toes by having all our weight on our heels, please. So we go for 30 seconds, away you go. Again, remember, keep the weight on your heels, not on your toes. Weight on your heels so that you get that nice proper squat. Feet about shoulder width apart, feet facing forward. Nice and controlled. Last few seconds. And rest there. Good. Okay, next one was the plank. So again, nice straight line. Shoulders, hips and ankles. And we'll just raise, keeping that leg extended and pushed out as far as possible. Nice and controlled, not too fast. And we're just lifting alternate legs. 30 seconds, away you go. Let's keep the bums down. Weight should be on your elbows, elbows should be under your shoulders. Really try and push that heel out towards the wall or wherever it is that's behind you to keep your leg straight, keep the tension in there, making sure that all the lifting is done through the glutes, not through your lower back by dropping and losing that hip control. So hips nice and engaged and tight, core muscle engaged, and hold it there. Okay, you need your band next please. We're down on the floor for the clams. If you remember, the important point there is heel, hip, shoulders, nice straight line. Hand on your hip if you wish, just to make sure you're guiding yourself to try and avoid that collapsing. And we're just bringing our knee up under control, up and down. Go for 30 seconds, away you go. How are we getting on? Again, try and keep your bodies nice and straight, everything in a straight line. Yeah, that's good. Try not to let your shoulders come too far forward. That's it. Keep those hips nice and straight and upright. And hold it there. And pop yourselves over to the opposite leg. And get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see how we get on there. Okay, good. Again, if you find these are getting a little bit easier, the more that you do, then again, you can progress that by increasing the resistance band strength. So like we said, you might move from a light to medium, or medium to heavy, I think they call them, or there's different versions, depends what sort you've got, but just the next level on will just add a little bit of extra resistance for you. Okay, hold it there please. Great, well done. Goody goody. So we're keeping our bands in place, either at your knees if it's slightly easier, but if you drop it down to your ankles, and we're just going to do the crab walks, keeping that tension in the band, but keeping that squat position, please, fully engaged. So 30 seconds, go. Again, keep that tension in the band, little tiny steps, that's all we should be seeing, and a nice squat position. Try and keep your back straight. So again, weight should be on your heels, not on your toes, as you go through. Keeping your head up in the air, looking, that's better. And rest there, well done. Where do we get to? Oh yes, we're on the alternating lunges, so it's just a straightforward lunge, forward lunge, or if you prefer a backward lunge. But again, the important thing is make sure that the front leg, the knee isn't going over the toes and your body isn't leaning forward, so it's a nice straight line drop, hip coming straight down like a plumb line. 30 seconds, away you go. If it helps you with stability, you can just do it with a sort of running action. Opposite arm, opposite leg obviously. However you want to do it, it's fine. Again, the important thing is just keeping the control, making sure that we don't go and lean forward as if we were going into a start of a sprint. Okay, great, hold it there. Next one is the soleus stretch, the bent leg calf raise, please. So again, just keeping that leg bent, we go for 10 on one side, 10 on the other in your own time, away you go. Just keep nice control, keep the knee bent throughout the whole of the lift. You will feel this kick in. And again, ideally, you should be able to comfortably get through 3 sets of 10 on each leg in a session. You will feel fatigued at the end of it, but that's the sort of level we, had we got time, we would sort of progress to. So keep that leg bent. Okay, the final one, guys, we're back on, this is unbelievably, the last exercise is the Superman. So we're down on the ground, flat on the floor, tummies, and we're just lifting ourselves up and down in a nice controlled fashion. We're going for 30 seconds, and away you go. Again, that's it. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, they look good. Again, nice and no jerky movements, just keep it nice and controlled if you can. Again, don't strain, just keep within your level of ability on these. And rest there. Good. Excellent. We're in danger of being on time. That's got to be a first. Right, we'll do a few cool downs. I love this exercise. I hope I can explain it well. Exercise, it's a stretch. I've got my chair. I'm sitting nicely on my chair. That isn't the exercise, by the way. So in my case, I've put my right leg over my left leg. I'm going to cup my hands behind my knee, and I'm going to bring up my knee towards my chest. I'm just going to put a little bit of tension in my knee, pushing away from me, so I'm sort of countering the pull that I'm using with my hands, and then just bring that up. You should feel that right through the back of your leg into your backside, into the glutes. We're just going to hold that for 30 seconds. Useful if I actually have the timer. Last few seconds. Okay, then swap over to the other leg please, same again. And then just bringing that, keeping your back straight, bringing that leg up. You should feel that. If you're not feeling it to start with, just shift around with the position of your knees, a bit of resistance. You'll feel it engage. As soon as you feel it engage, you'll really feel it pulling through to that quad. Really giving that a good stretch. Okie dokie, hold it there. Next one will be a nice straightforward calf stretch. So just up against the wall or a chair and just standard calf stretch. We're just going to go for 20 seconds on one leg, stretching that calf out. A little bit of calf work tonight. And then swap over to the other leg and do the same again. Okay, cool, well done. We'll do a quad stretch now. So, nice. Grab hold of your ankle with your hand, knees together, body as straight as possible, and just hold that stretch. Again, if you want to just extend the stretch a little bit, you can just push your hips forward a little bit, keeping your knee together. You will feel that stretch enhance through that quad. And just go for 20 seconds on one leg. Okay, swap over and then do the same on the other leg. Again, just hold that position straight as you can. Knees together as much as you can, pushing the hips out, or forward should I say, just to bring that stretch fully on. Okay, hold it there. We'll do a hamstring stretch now, please. So down on the ground, legs out, one leg out straight on the floor, the other one up in the air, and we'll just hold our knee and just pull our knee towards our chest. And again, you can just enhance that stretch by bringing your toes down towards your head. Again, just pulling your knee more towards your chest. Hold that for 20 seconds. And then swap over to the other leg, please. And just do exactly the same again. Just hold for 20 seconds. Okie dokie. Great. That's it guys for tonight. Thank you very much. Well done. Thanks for joining me guys. Again, if you get a chance, you're welcome. Do try and repeat those exercises again. If anybody can't remember them, get in touch with me. Let me know. I'll get you some details over. But thanks for joining me, and we've got one more next week. Okay, cheerio, thanks for joining. Bye now. Yeah, cheers Russ. What?
Well, there's pooed in my room.
Pooed?
Yeah. Like pooed.
What's she...
In your bathroom. In your bathroom.
screen. Try the back door. Come on, Willow. No, you shouldn't. Come on. Down. Willow. You? Willow. Outside. You do not do that. That's naughty. Gardening.
Might be, yeah. You got that carpet cleaner down there?
I just need a wee and then I'm coming.
I have to open it while you're open that, please.
Hey, no.
Did you walk her?
Pardon?
You walked her?
Yeah.
Where is she? Where is she?
Something is that she was
In the garden, leave her outside for a bit, please.
Did you open the window?
Yeah. Well, she did try and tell us by scratching on the door then, didn't she?
You could be on the phone because
No.
you're not nice to let her out.
It's nobody's fault. Nobody's in trouble. It's nobody's fault. I took her out earlier at about 5 o'clock and she did a big poo then.
It was a big poo.
Obviously.
Well, except for me.
One accident in like 2 years is not.
And it's not like she didn't say.
It was just unfortunate circumstances.
I'm not telling
Nobody's
you
telling
what.
anybody.
Tell
Oh.
everybody off. Do you need a hand with that, Ian? Are you alright?
Will I be able to sleep?
So what Dad will do when he's sprayed it, probably, is shut the door and open the windows.
Just
let
wondering
some
if we
air
have
out.
any rubber bands.
I'm
Mum.
just going to tidy that. Yeah, but how many are in there?
Oh, I've been having this problem recently. Whenever I squat, like, you know, fold your legs up like this, like, lean on your toes and come back. I've got really bad cramp and it's really sore.
You're not doing any muscle exercise anymore. You did gymnastics for a while. You used to swim, which used a lot of muscle. And now you don't do anything.
It's my calves.
You don't not doing anything to strengthen, are you? You don't do any hard exercises. So everything will get weak.
It's not that. It's definitely not that.
And of course it wouldn't be, would it? Because I wouldn't know anything about anything to do with exercise.
True.
Alright. I was trying to tell you something, but I won't tell you next time because.
No, but you complain about this goes to that person and the other person.
Yeah, well, I
told you.
No, I won't tell you.
I've told you lots of times you need to do strength work. Because you stop doing stuff that uses muscles, builds muscle and protects you against injury. I'm not telling you off, I'm just giving you the problem, I'm just telling you
Isabella?
what the problem is.
Yeah.
Isabella? Isabella,
Yeah?
your bedroom could be an awful lot tidier than it is.
Exactly what I said. So you've done all your cupboards, haven't you? Like I said. Because I said that if I opened the drawers, all the cupboards would be a mess.
I need some more of this. It's run out.
Yeah. Just copy telling me, I'll do that.
I need to get a damn cloth. Oh, right.
Isabella's saying that something else is hurting her legs, and I keep saying that unless she does some strength work, then
It was
things
no.
will hurt when she does stuff.
Can you not tell me off though?
I'm not telling you
I'm
off.
not telling you, I'm making a point about why your legs
I'm
hurt.
allowed to say things.
I'm not telling you off, just
I'm
saying.
giving you a solution and a reason why it's a problem. I took you to a physiotherapist, Isabella, and said you get plantar fasciitis, your knees are hurting, and you can't sometimes. They'd say, right, well you're not strong enough, and you need to do work to strengthen particularly your glutes, and that's what they would say. So that's what I'm telling you.